When it comes to custom trailer setups or trailers that are longer than average, standard wiring often falls short. Whether you're adding extra features to your trailer or simply need longer wiring to reach rear lights or additional components, extending the wiring is a critical task. Done correctly, it ensures proper signal transmission, safety, and reliability. In this blog, we'll walk you through the steps of how to extend trailer wiring for custom setups and long trailers while maintaining safety and performance. Why extending trailer wiring is important. For trailers with additional features like side marker lights, backup cameras, or interior lighting, or those longer than standard trailers, it's essential that the wiring is properly extended to ensure consistent power delivery. Poorly connected or extended wiring can lead to electrical malfunctions, signal loss, and even dangerous short circuits that affect critical components like brake lights, turn signals, and safety lights. Properly extending the wiring will not only prevent these issues but also provide the flexibility and reliability you need for your custom trailer. Tools and materials needed. Before starting, gather the necessary tools and materials. Wire crimper and stripper, to strip and crimp wires securely. Electrical tape, to further secure the connections. Heat shrink tubing, for insulation and protection from weather elements. Butt connectors, for joining wires securely. Soldering kit, optional for an even more durable connection. Additional wiring, match the gauge of the original for extending the current wires. Multimeter, to test the wiring for proper connections and continuity. Zip ties, to keep your wiring organized and prevent tangling or damage. Step-by-step guide to extending trailer wiring. Step 1. Assess the current wiring. Before adding new wiring, evaluate the condition of the existing trailer wiring. Look for damaged or worn-out wires that might need replacement. Check the length and see how much additional wiring is required. Make sure you know the gauge of the existing wiring, as it's essential to match it for the extension to maintain the same current capacity. Step 2. Disconnect power and prep the trailer. Before making any modifications, ensure that all power sources are disconnected. This prevents any potential short circuits or electrical shocks while you work. If possible, remove or lift the trailer off the ground to make accessing the wires easier. Step 3. Cut and strip the wires. Once you've determined the necessary wire length, use the wire stripper to remove about ½ inch of insulation from the ends of both the original and new wires. Be sure to strip the insulation without damaging the copper inside. If you're working with multiple wires, for lights, brakes, or other electrical components, keep them organized by color and function. Step 4. Connect the wires. Join the existing wires to the new wires using butt connectors or by soldering for a more permanent connection. To do this, insert each end of the stripped wire into the butt connector. Use a crimper to secure the connection. Alternatively, for a soldered connection, twist the exposed wires together and use a soldering iron to melt solder onto the twisted joint, ensuring a strong and reliable connection. Step 5. Protect and insulate the connections. Once the wires are connected, slide heat shrink tubing over the joint and use a heat gun to shrink it, providing a watertight seal. This is crucial for preventing corrosion, especially in outdoor environments where trailer wiring is exposed to rain, dirt, and other elements. For extra protection, wrap the connection area with electrical tape to ensure durability. Step 6. Test the wiring. After making the connections, use a multimeter to test the continuity and voltage of the wiring, ensuring that the connections are stable and functioning correctly. Test the trailer lights, brake lights, and any additional components to confirm that everything is operating as it should. Step 7. Secure the wiring. Once you're confident that the wiring is working correctly, use zip ties or clamps to secure the wiring along the length of the trailer. Make sure the wiring is routed away from moving parts, sharp edges, or areas prone to wear and tear. Keeping the wiring organized not only prevents damage but also makes future maintenance easier. Step 8. Final check. Before hitting the road, conduct a final test by hooking the trailer up to your vehicle and checking all the lights and electrical components one last time. Ensure the wiring stays intact even as the trailer moves or vibrates during use. Choosing the right wire gauge for trailer extensions. When extending trailer wiring, it's essential to match the gauge of the original wiring. Common gauges for trailer wiring include 10 GA, ideal for larger trailers with heavy electrical loads, brake systems, charging systems. 12 GA, suitable for trailers with medium electrical needs, such as running lights and trailer brakes. 14 GA or 16 GA, for trailers with minimal electrical components like lights or indicators. Using the wrong gauge wire, especially a thinner wire, can result in overheating, voltage drops, or failure of critical systems like brakes or lights. Common issues to avoid. While extending trailer wiring is relatively straightforward, some common mistakes can lead to issues down the line. Avoid the following. Mismatching wire gauges, always match the gauge of the original wiring. Inadequate insulation, failing to use heat shrink tubing or proper insulation can lead to corrosion or short circuits. Loose or poor connections, crimp or solder wires securely to prevent signal loss or disconnections. Routing wires near moving parts, secure wiring away from wheels, axles, or any parts that may move and damage the wiring. Conclusion. Extending your trailer's wiring for custom setups or longer trailers doesn't have to be a complicated process, but it does require attention to detail. Using the right materials and following a structured process ensures that your extended wiring will be durable, reliable, and safe. By understanding how to properly crimp, connect, and secure trailer wiring, you can ensure smooth, hassle-free operation of your trailer's electrical system, no matter its size or configuration.